You've been a center in this league for quite a while, and teams trying to break in some younger players. Could you just kind of describe the nuances of the position in terms of just how difficult it is for a young player to kind of get that and play, especially against other first and second lines?
Yeah, it's you kind of have to know where everybody is on the ice at all times and what your responsibilities are. I know early on it definitely helped me when I played wing a little bit, just to get my feet underneath me, get the speed of the game. Having a guy there beside me that could kind of point things out and help me out with. But yeah, it's definitely a challenging position early on, just trying to get your feet underneath you and just the speed of the game. So I think a lot of players go through it. You see the top overall picks, they go through it early on in their careers. They usually play wing and before they're put into the middle. So there's just a lot going on in that position. You got to be really on your toes and know kind of where everybody is at all times.
What are kind of your observations watching Alexander Texier and Jack try to play, that role again, first and second lines?
I think they've done a really good job. Obviously, I'm not sure where Jack was playing when he was up in Winnipeg, probably playing a little bit of center, a little bit of wing. I think you see games as they play more and more games, they get more and more comfortable. I think their D zone has gotten a lot better over these last couple of weeks. Texas played against some really high quality lines. He's been matched up against the top lines a lot of nights, and he's done a really good job, I found. And that's a big responsibility for a young kid. And so I think they've done a really good job so far, and there's a lot of learning to go. But it's nice to see them taking steps forward, and for me, especially in that D zone, they look a lot more comfortable.
And what do you see as their potential medium-term, long-term at center?
I have no idea. That's they're good players, really good, really talented, really skilled, think the game well. So that's kind of up to them, and where they can take their game. I see a lot of potential in them. They're obviously world-class players that are playing in the league at such a young age and making a difference already. So that's hard for me to tell. I'm not a scout or anything. So
okay, all right. Thank you, Riley.
Next, we'll go to Dave Metzel. Go ahead, Metzi.
Hey, Riley, was there a more relaxed feel around the team during practice in the room today? Not just because of the wind, just because you kind of blew the air out yesterday a little bit?
Yeah, I think that was one of the focuses yesterday, was just taking a deep breath. It seemed like in a lot of the games that we've been playing, we've been working our butts off, but just not working not as smart as we could. Really not enjoying the game as much as we should. And I think when you're out there working hard and you're really enjoying it, that gets you to that next level. I think when you're kind of working just for the sake of working hard because you're supposed to, I think that doesn't always end up going in the right direction. So just getting back to, why we play this game, having that love for it, enjoying it, being around one another. It's hard this year because we don't get to spend as much time with one another. So one of the things we've talked about is just trying to have as much fun with each other around the rink and getting to know each other that way. And so I think that helps the group band together and start to play for one another on the ice in games.
Well, and I would guess the win puts the exclamation point on that, and you try and figure out a way to kind of bottle it and carry it forward, right? Not just the winning, but that relaxation feeling that you're talking about.
Well, I think if you play the right way and you play hard for one another, then you can, at the end of the day, you can feel good about yourself. It's a really good league. We're not going to win every night. If we go, I think we have like 30 something games left, and that'll be unbelievable, but it's probably not going to happen. And you can't let that deter you. You got to keep pushing forward and keep that confidence, keep that swagger moving forward.
Thanks, Riley.
Next, we'll go to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Porty.
Thanks, Todd. Hey, Riley, Gabriel Carlson's a guy who's sort of been up and down sporadically the last couple of years here. He seems to be kind of a fixture now. You notice a different player, a different person than you've seen the last couple of seasons? I know you're on the different end of the ice, but just as a teammate.
Yeah, I don't think he's played a whole lot for us in the last couple of years. He's always been around. but we have so many good D-men that it's always hard to get in for those younger guys. I've really noticed just his poise with the puck, from first game that he played, even when he was under duress, if he had a little bit of room to skate in front of him and a guy coming behind him, he would lug the puck. And I think that's kind of what our group as a whole should be taking notice of, is instead of kind of passing your problem on to someone else, someone harnessing it, grabbing it, and then making a good play so the next guy can make an even better play. And I think he's shown a lot of poise back there, and done a great job so far.
Yeah. Have you been like, who is this guy? Where has this guy been?
I see him. I've hung out with him quite a bit, but yeah, he's like I said, we have a lot of good D-men. We have 8 guys that could play. Peaker's down in Cleveland too. So it's hard for those younger guys, I'm sure, to be patient and to trust it. But when your time comes, then hopefully you can grab it and run with it like he has.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go back to Bill Rabinowitz. Go ahead, Billy.
Riley, you had some fans last night of about 2,000. They're going to raise that to about 25% capacity. It's going to be, 4,000. How much louder do you think it'll be, and how much of an effect that will have, do you think, having more people in the building?
I thought it was great last night, just having some sort of noise and buzz in the crowd. I loved it. I couldn't have told you how many people were there. It wasn't full, which we're used to, but going from what we had to that it felt like a sold out crowd. So I know all the guys in the room were pretty pumped up to have the fans back, and definitely changes the atmosphere of the game. I think you feel a little bit more momentum when things are going our way. The crowd's behind us, and I think it keeps that other team on their heels a little bit more.